Voila, we back. So, welcome to the re-arrival of another episode of R&R. It's Jameson Ballard, and I am your host. How y'all been so far, man? I hope y'all had a good weekend, man. Happy Monday. Shout out to the Rant Gang. Shout out to the Capital Letter Club. And we got them in there already. What's up, Tara? What's happening, man? Listen. It's Martin Luther King Day, and today's episode is entitled, Don't Forget the Junior. Yeah, don't forget the 29 was happening. Don't forget the Junior because I was actually having a discussion with somebody I fuck with earlier in the week or whatever, which this is Monday, but I'm saying like over the weekend, I guess, and I was talking about Martin Luther King and, Junior. And, man, what's up, Trapple? What's happening, man? That's going to be our musical guest later on. Please stay tuned to the end so we can catch Brian. But yeah, check it out. So, I'm discussing Martin Luther King Jr. And it was relayed to me that, they didn't really understand that it was a junior. And I was like, well, yeah, of course it's a junior. Or maybe nobody else emphasizes the junior because, he's Martin Luther King now. But I emphasize the junior because I understand that Brad is his own person. Now, when you have children, you want your legacy to carry on. Now, when you're doing a great job at carrying on the legacy, you do so in such a way that maybe your predecessor your presence has overshadowed that of your father's, which is usually every man's want for their child, right? When you hand your name down, you want your child to do such a great job at representing you that he elevates the name to the next level, right? And it's kind of scary for anybody that has to come up under that, right? Some people don't necessarily measure up to what their predecessor has done. And, for some people that might be an issue, right? With this person in particularly, I feel like it's great that he has carried on his name in such a way that we don't really even talk about his father anymore. When we hear Martin Luther King, we think about Junior. I'm saying don't forget the Junior because he is himself. He has represented himself in such a way that he deserves to be recognized Junior. And my question, though, was, what's up with the third? I mean, I know that kind of sounds counterproductive. I'm not here to cause contention. I love my people, right? Jokingly, I wanted to know what has Brett done to carry on the name. Now, it looked like to me it ain't been a whole lot done. Now we reverence Martin Luther King Jr. We love Brett. I mean, we really appreciate all he's done. Now his reputation has taken some hits in death. I'm not finna go into all of that, right? I'm funny, so I'm like, I don't know how anybody could have followed Brett as far as like with the wife afterwards. Coretta Scott could have probably got another dude, but it would have been so difficult for them to live up to what Martin Luther King Jr. has brought to the table. What more could anybody have done for real? So, I mean, I feel kind of bad for the third. I'm going to call him Trey. Trey, what the fuck is you doing out there, Trey? Trey, I'm not trying to be a jester. I'm not trying to cause problems. I just don't understand why it seemed like to me the Kings ain't really kinging like that, man. Now, Coretta, she did everything she was supposed to do. She carried the man's legacy after he died to the point to where she made his name ring, and now it's a national holiday. We have a street on every melanated side of town, and it is not the greatest street whenever you go there. I mean, let's just be honest. But she more than did her part. The kids, on the other hand, don't really see, they kind of sit, and look, rest in peace to Martin. I know that losing your father is tragic. But I would think that for me personally, trying to carry on that legacy would have been a bigger part of my whole existence. Right? Now, I know he got like, I think 3, maybe 4 kids. And I haven't dove into it completely. I know I probably sound like an idiot even bringing it up for real, but I just was kind of perusing around the internet to see if they had done anything to kind of bring more to the King legacy than just kind of living off the fumes of Martin Luther King Jr. and doing what he had already kind of done. Like they just kind of existing. Which brings me to the whole point of this conversation is like, what the fuck is you doing? What are you doing to carry on whatever you had going on as far as like in your family? I mean, because I know it's a lot of you niggas out there that ain't shit that's having a lot of kids. A lot of kids. And y'all ain't started nothing, ain't did shit special, significant, of note at all. But you got 4 kids that's carrying on. You so adamant about this kid having you on that for what, nigga? What are they finna do? And you got people like the Kings who really ain't having kids like that. I mean, I think bro got a granddaughter who, I mean, I'm hoping that somebody put it together enough to kind of bring. Now, we not, as a black community, as the foundational black American community, we're not leaning on just this family alone to bring us nowhere where we ain't been already. Trap a lot, what's happening? What's happening? Diamond, what's happening? What's happening? I'm just saying, we should ask more of ourselves on a regular basis, man. A lot of people out here are just rummaging around, existing, and they're not really trying to do nothing. And I think that I secretly would like to see more, but I mean, who am I? I'm doing this. This is my part. I'm trying to do more. And my whole job, I think, is to ignite those of you who are in the sound of my voice to come out and do a little bit more than what you've been doing to bring about some kind of change, because I feel like we as a people are just too comfortable in just having whatever it is we having at this point. We still got a long way to go. We still got a long way to go. There's brothers out there that's doing their thing, and I shout out to Tariq, shout out to even brother Dr. Umar Johnson, who to me is kind of a joke, because I mean the line is, but whatever. My personal opinions about a lot of these people don't really matter as much as what we can do as a collective. And I was listening to Zoe's show a little bit earlier today, and I had made a couple comments, but I mean, he was saying something about if we as a collective came together, that's just the melanated individuals amongst us, we could do so much. But here we are, still divided and conquered because we are divided. We so hung up on what region of the world we were born in and what culture we have, and you know what divides us. We don't really take time to think about what brings us together, right? And I don't want to sound like I'm preaching. I mean, but it's just kind of funny to me that some families and some people have all these gifts in their genetic line, and they aren't exercising hardly any of them, and it's just kind of annoying. Annoying because those are the people who should be having kids and should be extending themselves and doing extra. But I mean, that's just, I guess, the way it is. It's crazy because the people who aren't really that bright are having enormous amounts of children. And then the people who do have the smarts, engineering, etc., etc., I mean, they're not really doing too much, man. And I mean, I'm going to say this, because I know it's a lot of y'all out there like, why you don't never talk about sports? Look, man, I'm going to tell you something, bro. I like being entertained just as much as the next man, right? But to be honest, man, I'm like, fuck some sports. Fuck basketball, fuck football, fuck baseball, fuck soccer, fuck all that bullshit, bro. We got way too much to be just out here trying to figure out how to. A lot of you niggas is so caught up in trying to rap. I mean, you just shitted on all the other talents you have because you're trying to get to the bag the fastest. And that really, to me, is just kind of annoying. So, I'm just like, look, man, it's a lot of y'all out there who got the brains to do a lot more. And we'll talk about one of those individuals later on in my segment called Who Got Active, because I like to accentuate those who have applied themselves in that arena a lot more, because we need to see that. But before I get too far off into the episode, we got another sponsorship that's came available to me recently in my, excursions throughout the city where I live, and that is the Velvet Tiger. If you've seen this tiger, you know what's cracking. I mean, it is where cannabis is sold. So, I mean, I'm not necessarily promoting that as far as recreation. If you need medicine, though, if you need anything to keep you cool, that's where you should be going to get your meds. Because they got that. It's definitely effective, right? So, I mean, look, you heard it here first. Also, this episode is also brought to you in part by Kicks. The luxury urban shoe brand that has been developed by yours truly. And I mean, I'm going to leave a link in the description box, and you should just go out and get you a pair, man, whenever it's time. I mean, they're not a cheap pair of shoes, but they are, a sleek pair of shoes, you feel me? Anyway, the Kings don't feel like they kinging to me. I mean, like I said, but I don't want to put a lot of pressure on just the Kings, man. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Niggas so busy watching the Lions play and the Giants play or whoever is playing, they just chilling on the couch, bro. And I ain't against the couch. You feel me? It's a time and place for everything, bro. But, you know what I'm saying? We got to kind of get our shit together, bro. I mean, bro did not die for nothing. We is not nowhere close to where we supposed to be altogether. And a lot of you cats just kind of laid down. And I say you cats, but I mean, it's Trey, he not even preaching in a way that sound like he trying to do something extra. I mean, he got another brother named Dexter. Dex looked like he trying to do something, but I mean, it feel like Dex should have got the Trey. Because he might be doing a little bit more. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's skip a generation. That's enough about that, though, right? That's enough about that. I'm not trying to drag down the spirit of the show and make nobody come after me. I'm just saying, bro, what are we gonna do, man? I mean, we trying to do this voting thing. That shit ain't really working for us. I mean, a lot of us feel like, I mean, me personally, I'm not really, I mean, to be honest, with the S on my report card, there ain't really too much I can do, but I can influence you to probably go out and do a little something. You know what I mean? If you're young enough, if you are aware enough of what's going on around you, you can do something. I can do a little bit more locally. I mean, I know we heard Cass say shit like, if you treated every day like it was your last, that'll change a lot of shit. But, let's just, in honor of Martin Luther King Jr., don't forget the Jr., what can we do more to honor our brother in his passing instead of just trying to put his face on some kind of poster and throw a party, or, you know what I mean, just be sitting off on a day where you could be doing something extra, you know what I mean, or just, you know what I mean, we preach. I'd like to see if it could just kind of at least clean up the street that bruh's name is on. What the fuck? Why is there so many drugs on Martin Luther King Jr. avenues throughout the country? I don't even think Arizona has a Martin Luther King Jr. avenue, and I don't know if I can necessarily blame them. Because I'm pretty sure it's racially motivated out there, and it's probably some good things to say, but right now I'm just like, at any rate, they don't got one. I can't say that I blame them. But what you gonna do, bro? What you gonna do different? In this new year, I know a lot of you probably out there. Oh, I made a New Year's resolution to be a better person, and I'm gonna stop eating this or I'm gonna do that. Most of y'all niggas that fell off already. I guarantee 37% of y'all ain't doing none of the shit you said you was gonna do for the first. And I'm sorry, but eating black eyed peas don't make you wealthy, bro. You've been eating black eyed peas for 20 of the years you've been alive on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and that shit ain't brought you nothing. But I mean, hey man, to keep doing the same thing and expect a different result is insanity. So, let's step it up. You feel me? Because, it's a lot more to be done besides just chilling and eating chips and shit and waiting on the Super Bowl. Why the fuck motherfuckers keep fucking with football so hard anyway when we know they racist is... I mean, we just seen pictures of the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, and something looked like when he was a young kid, like out there just keeping black people out or doing something racial. And see, that's why I had no resolution, because niggas be lying. I mean, that's true. I mean, I'm not saying that you should want to be a better you every day, but it should be like, if it's in June 27th that you feel like I need to stop eating bad, why the fuck would you wait all the way until January 1st? That's my whole thing with the whole resolution situation. I mean, I'm just not one of those kind of people that procrastinate. Or, I mean, let me take that back, because it took a great deal of self-reflection for me to see that I don't want to be a procrastinator, man, and dealing with adults around me during the time where I was a kid that procrastinated irritated me to the point to where I told myself I wasn't going to do that. Now, if you watching this, right, on any other platform, or when you catch this on the playback, I need you to do me a favor and activate that like button for me. I mean, it don't cost nothing, right? I mean, but if you really feeling generous, I know, like I said, I talked about the tax returns last time. I mean, whenever you get those and you got a few extra, shillings to shell out, $SuperStee is my Cash App, and those will be greatly appreciated. They will be going to a good cause. You will be feeding and clothing one of the realest niggas on the internet. And yeah, thank you. But from the bottom of my heart. Anyway, we're going to get into some other shit, man, because, I'm going to call this segment Celebrity Spotlight. Well, wait, before that, though, let me get into this, right? I need y'all to understand something, man. Pride comes before a fall. And that almost was the title of this episode, but I probably did that title some other time in one of the previous seasons. I ain't feel like looking up none of that shit, so I just went ahead with the topic I got, right? But there was a dude who went viral for diving on a judge in Las Vegas. And I didn't really mention this last time. I meant to, but, time kind of got away from me. At any rate, there was, I don't know if you've been under a rock, but if you have, and you haven't seen or heard about this dude, his name was Deobra Redden. And he was in Las Vegas. I mean, and he was getting, sentenced for a crime that he did. I think it was assault or something like that. And the judge was about to give him his sentence, and he was trying to talk her out of, sending him to prison. Sounded like she was finna give him the business. And he waterboyed her. I mean, he jumped and dived over the bench, socked her. I mean, he assaulted this lady and whoever else was in the area, right? And it sounded funny, but it come to find out the dude is schizophrenic. So he is a product of a failed system, and it made it a lot less funny. But when he got the 234 charges that they was finna give him after this, it was harder for me to laugh. But, you know, I had to get into it and see what else was going on with it, man, because it was crazy. But it had to be something, bro. It was off. That's what was wrong. Bro, get a check, okay? Or he should be. So, but now he got, I think they added 13 charges to the man's sentence. And he finna, bro, finna get the whole collection of Encyclopedia Britannicas thrown at him. Probably. But I mean, you know, my heart goes out to bro, whoever is in that circumstance, because right now it's stupid, dumbass code all over the country. It's like 4 degrees out here right now. And I'm in the city of Oklahoma City, you know. But that's without the windshield factor. And if it's people out there that are sick and shut in, you probably need to go visit them. It's homeless people still out there asking for and begging. They can't be wrapped too tight. So there is a system failure. I'm like this, bro. If the people that is still on the streets when the conditions are like this haven't found somewhere to get to by the time the sun go down or whatever, I'm damn near under the impression they need to get put in a holding cell or something to the next day or till something happen, bro. Because it's crazy. I mean, there are people who just don't want to be in the shelter for whatever the reason is, but you know, it's like life or death out there, bro. I was out there working earlier today, and I wasn't even out there that long, bro. I mean, it snowed out here like over the weekend, but at the same time, I mean, if any of your skin is exposed out there when you in that wind, brother, it feel like that piece of your body is about to fall right the fuck off. I mean, it's nothing. And there's probably been some niggas out there who, oh man, that ain't shit. You know, you ever been to Chicago? You ain't. Look, nigga, I ain't never been, but I don't want to feel nothing like that if it feel anything close to what I've experienced in the last couple of days. That shit is freezing, nigga. I'm cool. And I mean that in a very figurative way, but I'm saying like I'm so cool on that. But I didn't even leave the house Sunday. For what? I mean, I stocked up on whatever the fuck I can stock up on and stay tucked in. Because that's some bull ass shit. Back to you, Bob. No, I'm saying though. But after all that, right, we're going to go to the segment I like to call. I mean, it's a new segment alert, to be honest. But I said it a little earlier, right? Celebrity Spotlight is what I'm going to call it. You like that? I like that. And then you right. We got first on the agenda, PNB Rock has gotten killed, right? Old news. But they wrapped up his killer. And, I mean, while we talking about niggas getting sentenced, bruh got 230 years. What the fuck? Now, I don't even know if that's considered, like, excessive. I mean, I would say that. I mean, shout out to the family of bruh. I mean, I'm just saying, on a sensible level, ain't no way in the world this motherfucker about to do 230 years. Now, I don't know if I talked about this before, but I looked up some shit and it showed that Israel actually, if they sentence you to 40 years and you die 10 years into your sentence, they literally keep your body locked up in that cell for the remainder of your time. Can you imagine what it must be like to be the cellmate of a nigga that died 10 years ago? I mean, they gotta be doing shit like putting all the dead niggas in cells together. I'm just saying, what the fuck? If you ain't dead, nigga, or if you come back to like this body it's in jail. You doing all your time in jail, bruh. You not finna get but 230 of them? You might as well just shock the nigga and kill him. Just, I mean, why are we spending all these tax dollars? I mean, get that nigga like 5 years to get his affairs in order and get him the fuck out. If that's what you're gonna do, like, that shit is cruel and unusual. I mean, I ain't look. I'm not necessarily for no death penalty shit. I'm really just saying though, like, why draw it out that long? Bro probably got like 40 years left. Just get that man like life and call it a day. 230 years. That shit was kind of weird to just hear. I know he probably was like, like he probably died a little bit inside when he heard that dumbass shit. But hey, man, stop doing dumb shit. What the fuck was you quit trying to steal shit? Hey, get out there and grind for it, man. Cause it's out there. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to rob a motherfucker, why don't you just ask him, hey man, what you do for a living? Maybe you'll get a lot further. I mean, it's a lot of niggas that don't necessarily want to share a game, and that's kind of weird. But I mean, I understand shit. Because a lot of you niggas don't necessarily not want nobody else to win. You just don't want nobody winning as hard as you. And that, my friend, is damn near some hater shit. But, hey, man, over here we love our haters, man. Because, to be honest, man, if a nigga ain't trying to kill you, you ain't really doing enough. And that's where I'm kind of, you know, I'm getting irritated with the. I mean, look, man. Look. Again, I'm not trying to get down on the Kings too hard. You had your dad pass or get killed. Man, I heard the nigga mama got killed after he got assassinated. How crazy is that? Some dude that slid down from wherever he was, I think it was from fucking Cleveland or some shit, and came and killed Martin Luther King Jr. mama after he got killed. So they done went through a lot of tragic shit. But I mean, you still got to go hard, bro. You still got to go hard. I mean, we didn't all have people die that we love. And I mean, you know, shit, hey, in memory of, we got to keep it pushing, man. Anyway, on to a more, I don't know, because it ain't necessarily more recent. I mean, okay, listen. Dolph, we all love Dolph. Just to talk about another rapper. Dolph died or got killed not too long ago, maybe like, I don't know, a year or so back. But, forgive me if I'm wrong, because it could have been a little bit longer, right? Right? But Yo Gotti, his older brother, Big Jook, was just murdered. Now, I am not, you know, no investigative reporter. I'm just kind of throwing this out there for the news sake. But he was murdered. Now, it's said allegedly that Big Jook was the one who basically orchestrated the hit on Dolph by placing a $40,000 hit on his head. And there were some individuals in the PRE camp who just couldn't let this shit slide, man. They couldn't let it go. And who can blame them, right? Now, you know, we want people to forgive, right? But, I mean, when you sitting there listening to this man, kid, tell you how much he missed his dad, and I cannot think of this dude's name right away. I should have wrote that shit down, but it was a dude in the PRE camp that was hollering about all of this. And I guess Big Jook was attending a funeral, Eric Bovan's funeral, to be perfectly honest. And he was slipping. I say he was slipping because, you know, apparently it was thought that he was hit in his truck. But when they out there in Memphis, I'm pretty sure that they are riding around in bulletproof trucks because they know what's going on. And that, you know, the source that I looked at was saying that he didn't get hit inside the truck, but he was outside the truck smoking a cigarette or something. And then he got hit trying to get back in the truck. But at the same time, it's just like, bro didn't have no bodyguard, no body armor. Like, you know what I mean? You at a funeral, and I mean, I think Eric Bovan was instrumental in getting Yo Gotti them the bread to start, you know, the CMG, I think it's called, to start the record label they're a part of. But you know, and their family was kind of tight. So, I mean, you know, I guess bro was going to go to the funeral. But, you know, when people looking at the stories of individuals like the man's sister and all that, and they telling where their location is and when they're going to be there and what's going on, like, it's a lot of shit that opens you up to shit like that. And so I just want people to be aware of the fact that when you do certain shit, man, what goes around is going to come around. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really worth it. It ain't necessarily worth it, man. When you live by the sword, they say you will die by the sword. And a lot of people are like, oh, these is different times. Man, all them laws that y'all think is different, it's still the same, bro. Because gravity and all the other shit is still very relevant. You jump outside of or you fall down, or you jump out of a plane, or you jump off a building, you gravity is still activated. It has not changed, not one bit. So don't think that for a minute that all these other universal laws have changed just because it's 2024. If you do too much, I mean, niggas was getting hit for revenge back in the day when there wasn't no internet. Like, oh, you know, I heard such and such did such and such, such and such did such and such. You know what I'm saying? So it's never been like altogether easy to get away. Now, you might get away from the police. I mean, you know, they got shit like First 48 and shit, but that shit don't stop for the family that give a fuck about that person. When that 48 hours is over, you got it away from them. But, I mean, you know, that's people that live all over the place, bro. I seen a post about a dude who was locked up in prison who finally got caught up with by a nigga that was in there that was way bigger than him, and it ain't no guns in there. So he got pressed, and he was just like, he was getting beat on, and there wasn't shit he could do about it, because he was copping pleas. Oh, man, I'm sorry, I don't even know that dude. I was like, nah, you killed my little homeboy. You killed my little homeboy. You killed such and such. I mean, so, you know, that shit don't just go away because you don't want it to be there no more because you beat the police. You got more to beat than just that, bro. So, I mean, I want y'all to think about that shit, because at the same time, there's somebody I heard say, you can't determine the rules of engagement when you turn something on like that. When you decide you want to do something to somebody, you can't dictate how far the other person is willing to go to get back at you because of that shit. You can't. And so you just can't understand, you know what I'm saying? You can't, you know, because I had to kind of chill out on a lot of shit that I had going on, because I don't want shit to come back on me in a way when I'm old, or, you know, I didn't put it out my head like, nah, motherfuckers don't necessarily forget about shit like that because you think it's over with. It ain't over with till it's over with. So I want y'all to kind of think about that shit while you out there doing what the fuck you feel like you want to do, fucking on niggas, bitches, and doing all kind of shit, because that kind of shit is what got these men where they at right now. You know, all of this shit over some pussy, for real. I guess Dolph, when he was in the street out there in Memphis doing his thing, maybe Yo Gotti, well, from what I heard, Yo Gotti was trying to sign bro, and bro was like, nah, I'm cool. And then after that, bro, was Gotti, I think, was doing all these diss songs about him and shit, sneak dissing him and shit, but turns out, I guess, Dolph had fucked his baby mama, and I guess when he got tired of hearing all that shit, he brought that shit to light. And then, you know, now, nigga Pride in there, and like we said a little earlier, Pride come before a fall, so, you know, bruh couldn't live with that shit. His pride wouldn't be able to take that shit, so now he had to go, and now he just lost his brother. Now, I'm not saying that was in retaliation for that. I mean, it's all alleged, but at the same time, come on now. It was somebody even talking about, like, maybe I was like him sacrificing his people for some type of fame. Bro, I already got it, though. I don't know how much further he could go. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of shit he could do more, but at the same time, come on now. Let's be real. But a lot of this shit, like I said, is just, you know, me having my ear to the street. I'm not saying that, you know, any of this is cool or condoning any of that shit. I'm just kind of letting y'all know that it could be you. if it could happen to anybody like that, because these brothers has got bread. I mean, bread got bulletproof cars, all that shit. And I don't know if you feel like this shit wasn't gonna never happen, but shit, you at the funeral for another nigga and now you gonna hit. So, you know what I'm saying? watch where you step, bro. And finally in Celebrity Spotlight, we got I don't know if any of y'all remember that show, 90210. I may be telling on myself or telling my age a little bit, but it was a show used to be called 90210, right? Beverly Hills 90210 to be exact. And it's one of the actors on the show, the blonde haired dude, not Lou Perrier. No, it was another dude named Ian Ziering. Now, Ian Ziering was out and about doing this thing. I think some little scooter riding motherfuckers that ran into his car or some shit. He got out trying to serve something. So, I mean, he really kind of got L'd. He had to take a L, but I mean, he got out and he got acted. You know what I'm saying? He started to do, I mean, they got helmets on and shit. They on buggies. I don't know what the fuck they on for real. Like, four-wheelers or you know what I mean? Like, they on some bullshit, but because they wasn't on no motorcycles, but they was a group. So it was like four of them. It was look like a little chunky female out there trying to throw hands too. So Bray got out the load. He trying to, you know what I'm saying? Cause I guess he in the car with like his daughter and maybe his girl or something. And so, you know, he couldn't let that shit slide. But again, pride coming before a fall. Bray had to get out and do something. But he was outnumbered and he kind of got beat on a little bit. And it was just kind of fucked up. But it's like, you know, like I said, bro, it's happening to motherfuckers who are prominent, who got bread, and who... So, yeah, you know it can happen to you, bro. We probably ain't gonna hear about it on the news or nothing. You know, that's kind of fucked up that you know what I mean, bro ain't did nothing in probably more than 10 years at least. Not that I've seen, and he's still, you know, high enough on a celebrity totem pole that whenever something bad happened to you, they emphasizing that. So, I mean, that fame shit is kind of a blessing and a curse, man, which is why I just never really wanted to be famous at all. I mean, you know, I'm doing this because I care about motherfuckers and I'm trying to get, you know, a little bit of awareness spread around and do my, you know, more than, you know, more of what I'm supposed to be doing, my part, you know what I'm saying, whatever that might be. And like Cass said, I'm just trying to make sure I keep my booty hole intact. So I'm not necessarily trying to break it to the Hollywood aspect the way most people probably do. I'm going to just go out here and hope that, I mean, you know, with the help of the internet, we can do a lot on our own. So, I mean, you know, I'm going to kind of go about it a different way. But, I mean, again, I'm not necessarily a fan of fame. So, like I said, you see me in public, man, you know, give me some distance, say hi, what's up, shake my hand, and move around. Don't be trying to, you know what I mean, do too much or trying to take hella pictures and shit. Just, you know, talk to me because at the end of the day, I mean, I'm a human being, bro. I mean, if you notice me and you see me and if you don't stare at me all day, bro. Nod your head, say hello, wave, something. Because that shit is just rude. Okay? And if I'm with my people, man, just chill the fuck out. You know what I mean? Hey, if I get to the point where I got fans and all that shit, that's cool. But, you know, I still, like, really, really, really respect people's privacy. I've seen niggas that's famous. And, you know, I still treat them like a human being. I don't treat them like they gotta do what the fuck I feel like they need to do and sign my autograph and all that shit. But, I mean, you know, whenever they do, be cool enough to, you know, hey, you know, take a picture or whatever. Because I'm not the type of nigga to ask for no pictures. But, well, you know, you want a picture or whatever, you know, motherfucker might feel like taking a picture. You know, I appreciate that shit. At any rate, have some class, okay? Stay the fuck back. And on this segment, we're going to call this one Worldview. Right. So I got 2 new segments in this episode. Damn, ain't y'all lucky? I'm sorry, I don't believe in luck. Aren't y'all happy? But yeah, Worldview, right? So on today's segment of Worldview, I seen something like a possible alien sighting out in Japan. Now, what the fuck does Japan got going on out there? It looked like some weird ass clouds and light show type shit. Like it might have just been some holograms or something like that. I don't know, man. But they definitely trying to get niggas to feel like there's some alien shit going on out there, and you know, to get us to be on some. And I can speculate that they probably just trying to get us to be on some one world order type shit. You know what I mean? Because to be honest, the best way to, you know, to get motherfuckers together is to have a common enemy. You ever had a family member or family members, you see family members that don't really even fuck with each other like that, but if you try to attack one of them family members, them motherfuckers come together like Voltron. Then they go back to fighting after. But that's kind of how this shit looked to me. And I'm just speculating because I don't really know. I don't have no evidence. I seen the video on TikTok about this shit. And I don't even know if it was really recent. I'm hoping it was kind of, I mean, not hoping it was recent, but I mean, you know, I don't really like to talk about shit that's like old as fuck. But it was like January. So it's a lot of shit going on like right at the front of the year. So I mean, I hope y'all got the most high in your heart. Because what the fuck? I mean, you know, probably, oh man, so what about the aliens mean that ain't no God? Like, oh, hey, who was to say? God might be what we would call an alien. But whatever he is, I believe in him, and I'm with you, God. I don't know what these niggas on. I'm cool. Hey, when you come get me, I'm gonna be ready. Are you ready? In other news, though, we got Ecuador. Now Ecuador done went crazy, man. I don't know. I really didn't get a chance. I watched ABC News pretty much every evening, and I seen this shit. It was like a gang that came into the Ecuador news station and basically held them up at gunpoint. They riding through with guns and shit, pointing pistols at people with motherfucking grenades and bombs and shit. I mean, I guess something happened with like the gangs out there. You know, Ecuador, I mean, look, man, to be honest, bro, it's like a lot of that shit probably coming up this way. And so I'm not necessarily against immigrants, but I mean, the whole freeness of the border is just like, how we know we not letting in motherfuckers who don't mean as well. You're not screening these motherfuckers at all. This motherfucker Biden is just doing whatever the fuck he want to do to try to get votes, and he moving them into our neighborhood. So it's like we are very vulnerable. Not to mention the fact that he giving these motherfuckers 2 years free rent, $9,000 a month, job training, the ID, and all this shit. And they just got to move here. It was a motherfucker that said that they was just to try some shit. I think they from Texas or something, but they went to the border and came back like 4 times in a month and got $2,000 every time. They just and got 8 bands. So, look, man, Ecuador going crazy though, man. They got gang wars out there between cartels and all this other shit, and they had these, I guess, these sanctions or something where they was like trying to crack down. They had some gang leader locked up or released or something. And they just wasn't happy about what was going on, so they took over the news station and started storming that motherfucker, kind of like how they did out there on January 6th. But shit, with guns and grenades in hand on camera and shit, just doing so much. Now, I did see something about some tunnels out in New York, and it really didn't, I don't know, it looked like this. I mean, they little whatever insurrection looked like some lightweight bullshit. I mean, it was you know, they was fake thugging though, but it didn't really have the same, you know, it just wasn't as stringent as what I seen going on out in Ecuador. So I didn't really hit my radar as much. I'm bringing it up, but it just, you know, I don't think it was worth really talking about. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was a lot of shit. A lot of people got a lot of traction talking about that shit, but I didn't really, you know, I didn't think my viewers would even care about something like that. But I think this is something that y'all should care about, right? So listen, in the weather, I mean, I ain't no meteorologist or nothing, but there was a doctor by the name of Dr. Ahmed. And I mean, this is an Asian cat. Now, this dude was really serious because he was on some news channel explaining what we are about to experience on Earth. And he was so distraught about what was going on or what was about to happen that Brett was on the news crying. That kind of scared me. All right. Now, I don't know what's about to happen. I don't know science enough to know what. I do know that we are going through some tumultuous weather conditions. And like I said, it's only like the 15th day of January, bro. And for like the first 9 days, it was like some. We did have like some type of earthquake pop off out here that I didn't even feel. But, you know, people was calling like, did you feel that? Did you feel that? We don't supposed to be getting no earthquakes in Oklahoma. We ain't supposed to be no motherfucking earthquakes out here. Tornadoes, yes. Earthquakes, no. And in Florida, they had some tornadoes popping out there. So, I mean, it's like a lot of shit. Brett was like, listen, y'all think this has something to do with some weather weapon. It don't. Every 1,200 years is supposed to be a certain level of events that happen. That had 24,000 years, I swear 1,200 years is supposed to have something. 2,400 years has passed, and that was crazy. But we're coming up on another 12,000 or 1,200 years mark. And this one is going to be even more chaotic. There's something going on with the Earth's core. But what would offset it would be the ocean. But we, in our overconsumption, has basically killed the ocean. And it brought tears to the man's eyes to think about how much shit we're about to experience, how tragic it's about to be. So I don't know if you got your shit together as far as like your survival kits or generators or water and all that shit, because it's to be honest, it's gonna be crazy. You ever try to buy a whole bunch of shit that everybody else feel like they need when you trying to get it and it ain't there? Like, I just went to Wally World over the weekend and tried to buy some water. Like, I only really fuck with spring water. All that shit was gone. All that shit was gone, man. I don't necessarily want to be bougie and stuff and not drink purified water, but I mean, I don't want no. I would prefer spring water, and it just wasn't there. So it hasn't came to like pandemic levels where you don't got. I mean, cause tissue, fresh fruits and vegetables is a commodity. I mean, that's like something that you probably wouldn't even. We need to be focused on like dry foods, imperishables, not spam. That shit'll kill you. But I mean, it's like other shit that you can get, that'll sustain you throughout something like that. And I mean, I'm gonna start diving into it more so I can give y'all tips on how to survive throughout some crisis like that, because it's a lot of shit that we as individuals, melanated individuals, as a matter of fact, don't necessarily practice enough. But we got to get into that shit more, all right? Because it's just too much that can happen. We all got families. We all care about one another and want to love and all that. But you can't do shit for nobody else if you can't help yourself. So let's get stocked up on a lot of that shit. I mean, a lot of people going to probably tell you like guns and all this ammunition and shit, which is also something. But I mean, generators, shit. I seen a dude on TikTok teaching motherfuckers how to create like a solar panel, and he was just busting down like a big screen TV or a flat screen TV, took the backs off, and he had nothing but the screen and like some lithium or something, and he basically made his own solar panel. I mean, my TikTok, like I said, is getting more and more intelligent every day. I'm liking all kind of shit, bro. Right now, I ain't eating meat, and I ain't eating meat not because I don't like meat, motherfuckers, because I mean, what the fuck is they doing to these animals, bro? I mean, it's already bad enough that they doing shit to the earth, to the vegetables. I mean, but they doing all this shit to the chickens and shit. I don't even want none no more. I made a post about what the fuck going on at KFC. And, they had some zombie fried chicken wing that was moving after that motherfucker was fried and dead and separated from the rest of the body. And the nigga was saying, But what's going on with my chicken after eating 8, 5 or 6 pieces of the shit already? It's like, what the fuck do you do after that? Why you just now noticing that this motherfucker's moving now? Somebody in the comments was like, that's probably a hoax. That's a string top. No, I didn't see no motherfucking string, bro. I know a lot of you niggas don't give a fuck about what's going on. They just want to eat something that tastes good. But I mean, to be honest, bro, the meat don't taste good without the vegetables and the herbs and spices on it. So is it the meat that you want, or is it the veg or the herbs and shit? Because, I'm not really, I used to be at a point where I feel like I had to have meat in order for me to have a meal. But now, not so much. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all about, longevity and quality of life. That's not everybody's priority. Some niggas is like, man, I'm gonna eat this shit, man. My granddaddy ate pork. My grandma ate pork. She lived till she was 97 years old. She smoked cigars and she dipped and all that shit. That ain't you, nigga. You have a different set of genes that might not go with what the fuck you got going on. They probably didn't have this or that either, like diabetes or whatever, or they did have some. You know what I mean? But, you got to die or something. I'm not one of them people. I don't subscribe to that shit. I'm not going to not be happy. But my version of happiness is adaptable. And I had to find that out. What have you found out about you so far? You know what I mean? So, let's do some changing for the better if at all possible. Drink more water. Get more active. Because we're going to need you out here in this war. And if your ass is too fat to bend over and touch your toes, I don't understand, bro. We only we only as strong as our weakest link. Excuse me. So, I ain't trying to say be militant or nothing like that altogether, but I'm saying, like, I do need you to stay dangerous. And you can't stay dangerous if you can't tie your shoes. Okay? All right. Now, with this segment, this is a segment we all know and love. Or maybe we love to hate. But it's called Don't Be a Weirdo. And on today's segment of Don't Be a Weirdo, we got a lady out in Pennsylvania, or a guy out of Pennsylvania, who had an 18-month-old little girl. And she was poisoned by, damn, I didn't get the bride's name, bro. She was poisoned by her father's girlfriend, feeding the baby acetone, batteries, and screws. What? Yeah. Acetone, batteries, and screws. Now, I'm going to try to find out what in the fuck happened to my notes, because I did not put that shit in my notes as much as I was supposed to. But, hey, man, we're going to try to figure it out right quick. Let's see. Because it's in here. Oh, no. Okay. Let me see. Yeah. Maybe we can get it popping. So I can find out the name of this lady so we can see why and who is our weirdo of the week. Yeah, this is becoming an issue. Yeah, man, but it was a crazy set of events, bro. And it wasn't necessarily something we want to see, but people do this kind of shit on a regular basis. Oh, no, this is not in none of that shit that I want. Hey, is there somebody in the comments that could tell me I've heard about this? Because I don't think I'm going to find it the way I wanted to. But anyway, it was a young lady out of Pennsylvania, and she was feeding the kids screws and acetone, and she poisoned the little girl and killed her. And that's just not cool. Not at all. Not at all. I don't understand, man, how people can do that shit to kids. Yeah, but don't be a weirdo. Don't be a weirdo and do that shit like that, bro. I'm gonna try one more thing right quick. Cause this shit is giving me the blues right now. Let me see. second, y'all. Be patient with me. 18. Screws. Let's see what happens. Cause it's it's a little bit of some bullshit, and that's my fault, man. Cause I was so avid about doing some of the other shit that I had going on. I actually neglected to finish that part of my notes, and it really ain't in here. It's not in here, and I'm gonna try one more thing because I really want to get this right. Let me see. Wow. Anyway, I'm gonna have to skip it, y'all, cause I can't keep the show slowing down. Feeds. Let me try. Hold on. Feeds. 18. Old screws. Here we go. So.
Owens is locked up here in the Lawrence County Jail, accused of poisoning and killing her boyfriend's 1-year-old daughter. We know the baby Steph really had a huge impact on this community, and the police tells me that this arrest will help bring closure.
Okay, so the lady's name is Alicia Owens. She's 20 years old, right? She was arrested for suspected homicide of Irish Rita Alfieri after autopsy determined the child died due to fatal levels of acetone in her blood. What the fuck? So, Alicia Owens is our weirdo of the week. I'm sorry it took me so long. I apologize. I'm pretty sure that should have never happened again. Let me see. Rico, hold on, bro. I'm about time to bring you on in a minute. Do me a favor and request to go live with me, so when it's time I can bring you right in, all right? If you still with me, bro. I mean, but that's all for our weirdo of the week, or don't be a weirdo segment. All right. Who got active? This might be a little easier to find, but I also fucked up by not putting this man's name in my shit. I dubbed it the Love Glove. It was a guy who actually developed a glove that could translate sign language into speech. And that, to me, is an example of somebody who is getting active. You feel me? Because, to be honest, we need more individuals like that. I mean, we got ball players and niggas that tell jokes and niggas that sing and all that shit. But this is a brother. And so I'm happy to say that, we got people that's still pushing the envelope scientifically to do things that a lot of people need, not just entertainment and shit like that. So give me a second. No, it ain't in here either. It ain't in here either. Or is it? Damn. Is this it? Nope. I fucked up again, y'all. It's on my TikTok. Or is it? I can't. I'm trying to catch a break, y'all. This is some bullshit. And my internet trying to act weird. I mean, we still live, though. We still shining. Ain't nobody that fell off with that. But yeah, when I might have to just put Brett's name in the caption at the end of this. Oh, no. Got it. All right, so Brett's name is, he's 25-year-old engineer, and it ain't saying his name. Shit. Let me see. It ain't saying the man name, bro. But I didn't make this shit up. I didn't make it up. I don't know his name, bro. Click. This is ignorant. I know. Be patient with me, y'all. I'm trying to find this brother's name because it was inspiring to me to see this, but it's becoming increasingly difficult to find out who this person is. And I'm probably just going to end up showing y'all a picture of the dude. But like I said, I'll probably have to leave his name in the post after the fact, because this man was the man who made that possible. But it does not say his name. And it is kind of strange that they don't have that in here. But that's all right. I'm not gonna let nothing else slow up this show. I'll leave who got active his name in the caption afterwards. And but we got a musical guest that I want to bring in, and his name is Trap-A-Lot Rico. So Trap-A-Lot, I'm about to bring you in, bro. I hope y'all ready, man. I don't know if you got some music set up to play or whatever, but Trap-A-Lot Rico got a new project called Who Ain't Hard, and let's see if we can bring him in right quick. I'm gonna try one more time. Rico, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You can hear me?
Ow. What's up with it, bro? What's good, bro?
What's up with it, bro? Been a minute.
Yeah,
You feel me?
man. Okay, let me tell the people a little bit about how we kind of came together. So, okay, so now I'm doing my thing at Buffalo Station over there at the Content Cafe. Probably towards the end of last year, might have been like what, October.
Yep.
I mean, he was doing like some for new artists, and Brett caught my ear, and I talked to him, and I've been trying to get an interview with Brett for the longest, but now we here, man. Talk to the people, man. What you got coming, man? Now Brett is lit, bro. I fuck with bro. Where you from, anyway?
I'm from Mississippi, but everybody know I'm living in LKC now. I rep the city too. You feel me?
Okay.
They already know I'm put on.
Yeah, I appreciate that too, bro. You doing a good job, man. If y'all ain't heard of Brett, y'all go follow Trap-A-Lot Rico on Instagram, man. Check out his new project, man.
Oh
What
yeah.
you got, man? Now, you got any shows coming up or?
I ain't gonna lie. I just been self-therapy. You feel me? I just been laid back. You feel me? Giving myself, getting a better mind, headspace. You feel me? Like I'm working on this project, this album called Therapy. You feel me? It's gonna be hard. I'm gonna play you a song off of there in a minute. And the concept of it is like I lost my brother like 2 years ago, and I never really just had time to heal from it. You feel me? Like a lot of shit I ain't have time to heal from. So I'm just self-therapy. You feel me? The name speaks for itself on self-therapy.
Yeah, man. We talked about that on the show a little bit, you know what I mean? But I mean, to be honest, bro, a lot of people, have to embrace their brokenness in order to get somewhere. You know what I'm
Yup.
saying? It's crazy though, because once you make it, it's like you fixed, and then you might lose your buzz in a way.
Yeah.
But people doing strange shit to stay relevant. Let's just say, for instance, you was able to pop it off on your first album. What are some of the things you might have to think? I mean, you think you might have to do in order to keep going throughout that?
You just gotta keep your foot on the gas. You gotta keep going, give them the same. Stay consistent with it. You feel me? Don't lose focus. You just gotta keep going with everything you do. Like whatever you did to get there, you gotta keep doing that to stay there.
Right. Because I mean, a lot of cats be hungry and shit. But I just read this book by 50 Cent called let me see, Hustle Harder, right?
Yeah.
And this artist that he made it, but he created a buzz for himself by starting beef with everybody. Is that something that you were willing to do in order to get on?
No. Like people, everybody got their own inputs and outputs and stuff. You feel me? Like, but like beef, I take this shit serious. Like if it's beef, it's beef. Like yeah,
Right.
this why niggas try to stay out there. Shit. Like if it's beef, it's beef. Like ain't no playing with it. Ain't no this shit serious. Like ain't no faking it.
When I dove into the situation a little bit more, he honestly wasn't talking about physical beef with people, but although he did get shot 9 times, he had a theory, and it was like, I mean, a lot of people try to come into the game and want to be friends with everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Can you?
No, I ain't friendly. Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm just saying, like, some people do be trying to be friends with everybody, but the perspective was, if we can't be friends, can we at least be enemies? And that was kind of like a strategic method that I thought was kind of crazy. But when he was trying to create a buzz and get the advertising that he felt like he wanted to get, the only way to get it was to make people mad. Now, I know that sometimes you want to make people love you, right? But do you understand that if you can make a motherfucking hate you,
yeah,
that you can create some rental space in their head to get your buzz popping. You know what I mean? People like Gotti had done that shit. And I don't necessarily agree with that shit, bro. I'm with you on. I mean, beef is beef. You feel me? But I mean, you know, it's some interesting ways to market out there, bro. I like to get a lot further. You know what I'm saying? I like what you got going on. Like I said, if y'all ain't heard none of his music, bro, please tap in. Go to YouTube. Like I said, I'm looking at the new project called Who Ain't Hard right now. And I'm saying it's probably a lot of songs like 6 months old and shit.
Yeah.
Do you have a song off of that project?
Do I got any songs off of that project?
Favorite song?
Favorite song? Yeah, I got a couple favorite songs off there. But my favorite,
like they should hear. I mean, you know, the jumping off the porch.
Okay. Say that one more time. Ask that one more time.
I'm saying, like, what tracks would you direct people to get them to get a good feel for who you is and what you got to offer musically? Like, what's a good intro for them to see, like, the total package? You know what I'm saying?
I say go listen to that. Ain't the same. I'm gonna say ain't the same.
Ain't the same. Okay.
Ain't the same.
That's a video for one of the songs, and it was rocking. But you know, sometimes, a lot of times, the song. I mean, you ain't necessarily on a label. Are you on a label or anything yet? Have you gotten a deal yet?
No. I'm independent at the moment.
Oh yeah, so that's good, bro. So that's good. I mean, that's not. You know, some people would say that's not the best because you know we out here we think a little different. We be trying to hustle. You feel me? So you know, I don't mind getting it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, bro, everybody. A lot of cats from different regions feel like, you know, getting a deal is the way to go.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, how long you been doing this shit?
How long I've been doing this shit? Seriously, I've been being serious with this shit probably like four and a half years. Probably like about 4.5. Right. Yeah, seriously, yep.
Right. You done came a little bit further since the last time I heard you too, bro. You doing your thing, bro. I'm really proud of you, man. I'm glad to have you, you know what I'm saying, representing the city right now. Do you ever go back to Mississippi?
Yeah. I can't never not go. You feel me? I gotta go.
Right.
Get a lot of backlash. You get a lot of backlash for this. Man, you don't come back home. You know how family be.
Yeah. They be tripping sometimes.
Yeah.
You ain't out here, man. You ain't even from out here no more. You from Oklahoma.
Yeah, you feel me? That's exactly how they be though. For real.
What part of Mississippi?
I'm originally from Greenville, but I moved to a little small place like when I was like 11 called like around the Jackson area, Sky County, like Jackson, Mississippi and shit, like around that area and shit.
Okay, yeah, it's a couple guys out here I fuck with, Snow, Solid Niggas Only, and They, and all that You got labs?
Yeah, I fuck with Snow. It's a couple niggas I fuck with out here that doing their thing, and I like to see that shit.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, like I said, man, I try to make sure I, highlight a lot of the local talent. And I say local talent, but talent because I mean, Oklahoma got something to say. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, like we don't. I'm like this though. I think a lot of the reason is because a lot of niggas necessarily got no real hustle. Because Oklahoma help you so much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it ain't really get food stamps. It ain't a whole lot of struggle out here. And so, what fuels you in your musical pursuit? Like, what kind of? I mean, have you had it really that hard, or do you like your own child, or what? Where does the pain come from in your music?
Shit, growing up, like shit, we from the SIP, so we gotta get this shit out the mud. It's dirty, like the SIP, like it's dirty, like the dirty South, for real. Like how you see the SIP, however everybody say the SIP is like that for real. Like it, like man, you gotta get it out the mud for real.
You say you call it the SIP,
Yeah.
huh? The SIP, okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, man. Hey, man, like I said, bro, I'm gonna push you a little bit. Try to make get as much love as I can give you, man, because I don't got a whole lot of followers, but I got a little bit, man. We gonna check you out, bro. Appreciate you stopping by and showing us some love on the show, man.
Yes, sir.
And I wish a lot of
Yes, sir.
Like
you forever my favorite, gang. Jack. Keep in touch with me. We gonna rock it out.
Yeah, man. Hey, keep it lit, man, and holla at me, man. We'll get back with you.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, yeah, that was Trapalao Rico, man. Any other artists out there, man, if you want to be featured on my Wake the Fuck Up segment, man, reach out to me on my Instagram, man. It's Jamerson Ballard. And we'll put it together, man. I got a couple other artists on the list that I ain't got with me yet, but when y'all ready, man, let me know. And for this last piece, man, we're gonna do the Now Flower segment. And now I know we've been kind of serious because it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day and all that, but we got right now a gentleman by the name of Clarence Carter, who was kind of controversial in this time, I guess. I mean, we got everybody talking about, doing things sexually, and there was a lot of innuendo at the time, but this dude did some shit. I mean, and this is his birthday thing, so happy birthday to the bird, right? But he got this song. I don't even know if this is considered blues or what genre this was, but he got a song, and you might not have heard it before, but we want to kind of give this bro, his flowers because he an older gentleman. But the song was called "Stroking." I be stroking. That's what I be doing. I be stroking, and this was something I heard when I was a kid, and it was funny to me because, again, you'd have to listen to the words of the song in order to understand what was being said because it wasn't, my booty hole was brown and my coochie was pink. It was like, innuendo. So, you had to kind of listen to how the word was used in the sentence in order to understand it. When he was saying stroking, and that ain't too far off from screwing, but that's what he was talking about, was doing it. And I just want to give a shout out to Brad. You feel me? Because that dude made way for people like, I don't know, Uncle Luke, Two Live Crew, which also made way for other people to come into the game, like, NWA, which at this point is kind of oversaturated with the nonsense that we have in our musical culture. I mean, and we can use a lot less of that. But to be honest, us being in this country and having the freedom of speech is like invaluable. So we can express ourselves in whatever way we decide to express ourselves. So people like Martin Luther King Jr. died so we can have that freedom. And I don't want to get that up. A lot of us is kind of like, well, it's cool. They didn't lay it down. They ain't really trying to fight for that. I don't like demeaning people, but I like, having the freedom to say what I say and not be, put in prison because I don't agree with the president and what he got going on. We need to fight for that. Back in the days of Two Live Crew, they fought for the freedom to, the freedom of speech thing a little bit harder. I mean, of course, yeah, they were shaking booties. And I'm not trying to disparage those who do booty shaking music and all that. There's a time and place for everything. I mean, but I did come up in an era where, music was a little bit more used as a tool to galvanize individuals who were trying to do something positive. You know what I'm saying? And I'd like to see us kind of curb our enthusiasm a little bit more, or at least bring some more balance to the game to where it ain't just about, coochie pink and killing niggas all the time. Because, I mean, it is some niggas that still be making love. It's still, you don't necessarily got to be about to beat a nigga ass all the time. You know what I'm saying? You need some balance in this game, bro. So, let's bring some more of that back. You know what I'm saying? But, for right now, we're going to appreciate what we got. Again, we're going to shout out the Velvet Tiger for sponsoring this episode in part. And, like I said, if y'all hit me with a like, follow, and, share this episode with anybody, that'll be greatly appreciated. Again, my Cash App is $SuperStee. And I hope you guys had a great evening, and I hope y'all have a prosperous week going forward. And this is Jamerson Ballard signing off.